Hi guys, we are going to start today in a seated position, on top of the bolster, on top of the cushion, on top of the blocks if you are using them. If you prefer to stay seated on the shins, that's another option. So just make yourself comfortable and then rest your hands on top of the knees, close your eyes, and take a moment now to center yourself on the mat. Bringing awareness to your body, to your breath, to the state of the mind. And just rest in the stillness, disconnecting from anything that has happened today or is about to happen. Observing what's happening within, connecting to your breath. And now take a deeper, longer inhalation through the nose and out through the mouth, sighed out. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more. And after that, we are going to inhale for the count of 2, hold for 4, exhale for 4. So let's meet at the bottom and then inhale 1, 2, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, out 1, 2, 3, 4, in 1, 2, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, in 1, 2, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, out 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale 1, 2, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, out 1, 2, 3, 4, hold at the bottom, neither inhaling nor exhaling, in the space of retention. Aware of the space in between the inhale and exhale. Hold, hold, and then inhale deeply, out through the mouth, and again in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more, in and out. For today's practice, I'm going to suggest using Ujjayi, So this constriction at the back of the throat, as if you were steaming up the mirror in front of you. But the inhalations and exhalations are happening through the nose. And this particular pranayama will possibly make it easier for you to elongate the inhalations and exhalations. And the sound of the breath is very soothing. It can be very soothing. So if you are using Ujjayi, just connect with it. Constricting the throat, making the inhales a bit longer and deeper, exhales a bit longer. And whenever you feel ready to start moving, which doesn't have to be yet, you can open the eyes and then remove the bolster to the side. We are going to start seated on your heels at the back of the mat. If this is absolutely not comfortable, the top of the feet on the mat. And then interlace your fingers in front of you and start making some circular movements with the wrists. Shifting the shoulders on top of your hips. Keep going with Ujjayi if you are using it. Switch direction. And then release the hands. Drop them on the mat and then shift the weight forward, so much forward so the shoulders are past the fingers. And then shift the hips to the back, stretching the toes. And again, forward and back. And again, forward, connected with your breath. Exhale to the back, 2 more. Inhale, shift it forward. And then exhale to the back, 1 more. Forward. And then back through center. This time turn the fingers so they are pointing to the back of the mat. You can work with one hand at the time or both hands at the same time. And then once again, shift the weight to the back. Inhale forward, shoulders on top of the wrist this time. And again, exhale to the back. Inhale forward. And again, exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale to the back. Inhale back through center and then release, one hand at the time. The top of the feet on the mat. And then sit back on the heels. Inhale, arms above the head. As you exhale, right hand on your left knee. Left fingers next to the left hip, maybe behind you if possible. And find a twist here, looking to the back, opening chest to the left. Right shoulder blade away from the spine and left shoulder blade in. Make sure that you're not pulling the chin too much to the neck or that you're not lifting it too much. The crown of the head is reaching up. And then as you inhale, lift your right hand, reach it to the left and a big circular movement to the back. So circular movements coming from the right shoulder joint. Inhale, reach to the left, up, exhale to the back and down. Inhale, to the left, up, exhale, untwist the body and drop your right fingers next to the right hip and then lower your left hand on your right knee. Look to the back, shoulders away from the ears, long neck. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going with Ujjayi. And then on your next inhalation, lift the left hand, reach it to the right. Big circular movement and then to the back as you flip the palm of the hand. Exhale, lower. Inhale to the right, up. Exhale to the left and down. 1 more. Inhale to the right, up, exhale, to the back and down. This time drop the left fingers next to your heels. And then tuck the tailbone under and start lifting your hips. Maybe just slightly squeeze the glutes, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, release the hips on top of the heels. And then once again, hands in front of you, tabletop position. On your next inhalation, open your chest. Look up slightly, slide the shoulder blades together. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, run the back body, shoulders. The shoulder blades are spreading, and then inhale, open. And exhale, round. One more. Inhale. And then exhale back through center. Tuck your toes under. Lower the forearms on the mat so they are parallel to each other and start lifting the hips. Dolphin pose. Maybe you will need to keep the knees bent. That's perfectly fine. Shift the chest to the back, opening through the shoulders. This can be quite a lot as we are just starting. Stretch for the shoulders, for the hamstrings. Hold for one more inhalation. And then as you exhale, drop the knees, lift the elbows. Inhale, open the chest, cat cow. Exhale, run the back body. And again, inhale, open. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, press the mat away from you. One more, inhale, open. And then exhale, back through neutral. Once again, lower the forearms on the mat, press the palms to the mat. And then lift the knees, dolphin. So it can be quite an intense shape. So listen to the body. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. Keep breathing. Keep shifting the shoulders, the chest to the back. One more inhalation. One more exhalation. And again, inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees on the mat. Once again, cat cow. Inhale, open. And then exhale, round. Keep the toes tucked under and just work with the movement coming from the spine. Exhale, one more time, we are opening. And then exhale back through center one last time for now. Drop the forearms and then lift your knees and just hold. Allow the seat bones to lift to the ceiling. Belly towards your thighs, chest to the back. Keep pressing into the hands, keep pressing into the forearms. Building strength. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees on the mat. Lift your forearms, your elbows. Keep the right toes tucked under. And then extend your left leg to the back. Keep your hips square. Start guiding the left leg to the left. Hold. Maybe you want to extend the right arm to the right. Hold. Keep lifting the foot, keep lifting the hand if you chose this variation. Hold. Strong core. And then lower the right hand back on the mat. Flex your left foot and lower your left foot so the heel is aligned with the right knee. Then extend the elbows, shifting the hips on top of the right heel. Belly towards your right thigh. And just hold. Reach forward with your fingertips even more. Maybe stay here, maybe take a step with your hands towards your left foot. Lowering the right shoulder. Hold. Breathe. Maybe you can press the outer edge of the left foot to the floor. Ujjayi breath. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, come back for center if you have moved to the left. And then from here on your next inhalation, lift your hips, shoulders on top of the wrists. And then lift the left foot. Swing your left leg to the back. Keep your right toes tucked under. Square the hips. Lift your left heel even more, engaging the hamstring, the glute. And then hover the right knee above the mat. Just hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your left knee, drop the left toes next to the right toes, and then both of the knees to the mat. Okay, and we are going to the other side. Extend the right leg to the back. Keep the left toes tucked under. And then start guiding the right leg to the right. Hold. Maybe press into the right hand and extend the left arm to the left. Palm is pointing down. And keep lifting the right foot, left hand, hold. Look at the mat, see scoop in your abs. One more inhalation. As you exhale, lower the left hand back on the mat. Flex your right foot. Drop the right foot on the mat so the sole of the foot is flat on the mat. And then shift the hips to the back so you're sitting on top of the left heel. Toes are still tucked under. And just hold. Maybe stay here, maybe big step with your hands to the right foot, stretching the left side of the body. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, come back for center. On your next inhalation, lift your hips once again. Use the strength of the outer glute, outer thigh to lift your right leg. And then swing it to the back. Square your hips. Lift your left knee from the mat just to a hover. Engage the right glute. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. Look at the mat, shoulder blades apart. As you exhale, bend your right knee. Drop the right foot next to the left foot. Hold for one more inhalation. And then as you exhale, release. Extend the top of the feet on the mat and then sit back into your child's pose. On your next inhalation, ripple forward, making your way into your upward facing dog. Slide the shoulder blades together. If this is too much, cobra is an option. Squeeze your glutes. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice. So press the palms to the mat. Maybe you want to add some movement. Maybe you want to stay in the still shape. Spread your fingers wide. Rotation from the shoulders, so you are separating the shoulder blades. Belly towards the thighs. Notice where the balance is in this, the weight of your body is in this pose. So balance it out. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat and then big step hop if you feel ready in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards your thighs. As you inhale, back into a standing position, arms above the head. Tuck your tailbone under. As you exhale, release the hands back to the mat. On your next inhalation, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands drop on the mat. You can step, you can hop into your chaturanga, up to you. Elbows to the back. If you're in your plank, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the shoulders to the back, engage the back of the legs, the glutes. Exhale. Downward facing dog. And if you're not following my pace, that's always okay. Just one inhalation here in your downward dog. One exhalation. As you inhale, look to the front of the mat, maybe hop. And then immediately halfway lift. Elongate your spine, find length. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs. As you inhale, back into a standing position, arms above the head. As you exhale, release the hands back on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. We are repeating once again. Exhale, hands come back on the mat. Bend your knees, maybe hop. So by the time the toes touch to the mat, you bend your elbows and keep the elbows pointing to the back. Chaturanga, or of course, if you're going through plank, more than okay. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Hold, breathe, maybe come back to Ujjayi. Can you extend the elbows a bit more, pressing into the hands a bit more, lifting your hips up and to the back. Just take one more inhalation here. One more exhalation. As you inhale, lift your right foot from the mat. And then bend your right knee and pull it towards your left elbow. Extend the right foot to the left. The outside of the foot on the mat, lower the left heel, and then extend the left arm above the head. You can stay here if you are working on lifting the right foot, press into the right hand, press into the sole of the left foot, almost as if you are hinging forward slightly from the hips. Press the thigh bone into a hip joint socket. And then keep reaching with your left fingers up. If your right foot is on the mat, that's great. Bend your left knee and reach your left fingers to the front of the mat so the right hip is just hovering above the mat. If it's too much, stay as you were before. Extend your left leg and then lower the left hand on the mat. We are making our way into a wild thing. So keep the right knee close to the chest. Lower the left heel and then drop your right foot to the back. Lift your hips even more as you extend the right arm to the front of the mat. Keep your left leg straight. Keep squeezing the glutes. Hold. Breathe. Maybe bend your left knee so the right knee taps to the mat. And then extend. One more inhalation. As you exhale, we are stepping the right foot to the front of the mat. You can lower the right hand or try without. Pull the right knee to the chest. Flex your right foot, big step with the right foot to the front of the mat. Lower the right hand. You can use the blocks here under your hands. Lower the left knee. Extend the top of the left foot. And then as you exhale, start extending your right leg. You can walk the hands with the blocks, whatever your variation is, so they land under the shoulders. The top of the foot, the right foot can be extended, or you can flex your right toes for deeper sensations in your calf. Think of guiding the left hip bone forward, right to the back. Inhale, long spine, reach forward with the chest. As you exhale, belly towards the right thigh. So keep squaring the hips. The left hip is on top of the left knee. Just one more inhalation, maybe Ujjayi. One more exhalation. On your next inhalation, open your chest to the right. Right fingers are reaching up. And then big circular movement, kind of as we did at the beginning of the practice. Reach your right fingers forward, then lower. and then to the back and up. And again, forward, lower, to the back and up, and one more. To the back and up, hold. As you exhale, lower the right hand on top of the block or on top of the mat. If you're using the blocks here, stay with the blocks. Tuck your left toes under and then extend the left leg. Hold. Check in with your hips. You're still squaring the hips, pulling the right one to the back, left forward. If your toes are lifted, you can stay here. If it's too much, drop them on the mat. We're going to meet there soon anyway. Just one more inhalation. One more exhalation. And then drop your right toes. Bend your right knee, arms above the head. High lunge, just for a moment. As you exhale, drop your left heel, warrior two. Check the alignment of your feet. See if both of your arms are parallel to the mat. Sometimes this back arm tends to drop. Engage the right glute, so right knee is tractioning forward. Open the palm of the right hand, lower the left hand on your left leg, and reach your right fingers to the back. On your next inhalation, come back through center as you extend the right leg. Make sure you're not locking the right knee joint. So micro bend, maybe so small that you cannot even see it. And then reach forward with your right fingers, lower the fingers to the mat, and extend the left arm above the head. Can you pull your back body slightly to the back so it's aligned with your right leg, with your hips? Gaze on your left fingers. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, come back through center. Open the palm of the right hand. Both legs are straight. Lower the left hand on top of your left leg and reach with your right fingers to the back. On your next inhalation, come back through center. Bend your right knee and then cartwheel the arms. Hands drop on the mat. Lift your left heel. Step your right foot to the back. Drop the heels to the left. Maybe stack one foot on top of another. Extend the right arm above the head. You can, of course, bend your left knee and drop it on the mat. Keep pushing the mat away from you, lifting the left side of the waist. As you exhale, lower the right hand and the forearm on the mat. As you drop your heels to the right, extend the left arm above the head. Squeeze the right oblique, keep lifting the hips. Right fingers are pointing forward. And then lower the left forearm on the mat. Square the hips. Scoop your abs, drop the knees, both of the knees if you need to. Look at the mat, shoulders on top of the elbows. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees on the mat, the top of the feet on the mat. And then lower your hips. Maybe stay here, engaging the glutes, pressing the top of the feet on the mat, pulling the elbows to the back so you are opening through the chest. Or extend the elbows. Relax the shoulders, the face. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the forearms on the mat, release the chest. Slide the hands under the shoulders. And then press back, child's pose. On your next inhalation, immediately we are making our way into upward dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, lift the left foot from the mat. Bend your left knee and pull it towards the right elbow. Immediately extend the left leg to the right. If you are playing with not touching the foot to the mat, keep it lifted, drop the right heel. Of course, left foot can stay on the mat. And then extend the right arm up. So if you are lifting once again, really press into the left hand, actually in both variations. But if you are lifting the foot, you're almost hinging forward from the hips. So as if you could elongate the left leg to the back, to the space behind you. Wherever you are, bend your right knee and then reach your right fingers to the front of the mat. Of course, if this is not available, you can stay in a previous shape. And then extend the right leg. Lower the right hand. Bend your left knee, pull it towards the chest. This time drop your right heel to the right. Lower the left foot behind you. Open yourself into your wild thing. Lift your hips, squeeze the glutes. Hold. You're pressing to the right hand to the mat without locking the right elbow. Keep breathing. Inhale. Stay here. As you exhale, bend your right knee, tap your left knee to the mat. Keep lifting your chest, squeeze your glutes, and then extend the right leg. With or without the use of the left hand, we are making transition to the front of the mat with your left foot. So if you need, drop the left hand. Maybe without. Bending your left knee, pulling it to the chest as you deliver the left foot to the front of the mat. Lower the left hand on top of the mat or the block. And then drop the right knee, the top of the right foot. Extend the left leg. Adjust your hands so they are under the shoulders. You can lift the left toes, guiding the right hip forward, left to the back. Inhale, find length, send your sit bones to the back. As you exhale, belly towards the thigh. So without pulling the forehead down, just finding length in your spine, especially the lower back. Come back to your breath. On your next inhalation, once again extend the elbows and then extend the left arm up, opening the chest to the left. We are reaching forward with your fingers and then lower to the back and up. So exhale, maybe Ujjayi, forward, lower. Inhale to the back and up. One more. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale to the back and up. Keep your chest open to the left. As you exhale, release the left hand back on the mat or on the block. Tuck your right toes under and then lift your right knee from the mat. Keep your hips square. Long back of the neck. Keep breathing. One more inhalation. One more exhalation. And then drop your left foot on the mat, the toes on the mat as you bend your left knee, arms above the head. Big inhalation here. As you exhale, drop your right heel, warrior two. Find the alignment. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Open the palm of the left hand. Lower the right hand on your right leg. Reach to the back with your left fingers. On your next inhalation, back through center and then extend the left leg. Pop your right hip to the back, reach forward with your left fingers and then lower the left hand so it's reaching to the mat as your right fingers are reaching up. Really using the strength of the obliques, the side of the body. So we are not collapsing here. Imagine that someone is pulling your right hand up to the ceiling. On your next inhalation, back through center, open the palm of the left hand. And then the right hand comes back on your right leg. Elongate the left side of the body, reach to the back of the room with your left fingers. On your next inhalation, come back through center, bend your left knee, find your warrior two, and then cartwheel the arms, framing the left foot. Lift your right heel and step your left foot to the back. Find your plank. This time, lower your heels to the right. Shift the weight on your right hand. Extend the left arm above the head. Find your side plank. Keep dropping the ribs to your hips, scooping the abs, and then as you exhale, left forearm comes back on the mat. Drop the heels to the left. Of course, modification with the bottom knee on the mat. Extend the right arm above the head. Shoulder on top of the elbow, fingers are pointing forward. Keep breathing. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand, right forearm, find your forearm plank. And then hold. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the knees on the mat, the top of the feet on the mat. Lower the pelvic ball, and you can stay here or you can extend the arms. If your hands are on the mat, maybe you can almost pull the hands to the back. So press them down and then to the back. If the forearms are on the mat, exactly the same thing with the elbows. Engage the glutes. And then as you exhale, lower the forearms if you have lifted them. Lower the chest, slide the hands next to the ribcage under the shoulders. Exhale. Find your child's pose. On your next inhalation, back through upward facing dog. Lift the kneecaps, the thighs, pull the shoulders to the back as you exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the forearms to the mat. And just hold. You can stay here or you can start walking your feet a bit closer to your elbows if you want to play with forearm stand. Shoulders on top of the elbows. You are really pressing the forearms down, creating space in between the shoulders and the ears so you are not collapsing. And then maybe a few hops here, up and down. So the left foot lifts or the right foot, it doesn't matter with which leg you'll start. Maybe at some point find the balance. Hide the lower ribs. Toes are reaching up, otherwise you're still holding, of course, child's pose is always an option. So maybe you need to rest here. Maybe you are still in your dolphin pose. If you are playing, keep playing, stop the video, stop the recording. Otherwise, drop your feet back on the mat. And then lower the knees, the top of the feet on the mat. And let's meet in the child's pose. Resting the forehead on the mat. Just breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to your breath. Come back to Ujjayi. And then on your next inhalation, back through tabletop position, tuck your toes under. And then back into your downward facing dog. And just hold for a moment. One big breath in. And then exhale. On your next inhalation, lift your left foot from the mat. And then drop the right knee to a hover, actually. Just don't drop it fully, just to a hover and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right knee and then guide your left leg to the left. Flex your left foot And then drop your left heel so it's aligned with the right knee. Big step with your hands to the front of the mat. And then as you exhale, belly towards the right thigh. Arms are straight. Chest is coming closer to the mat. Sit bones are pointing up. And just breathe. On your next inhalation, start lifting your chest. And then walk your hands so that they land under the shoulders. And then from here, lift your left foot. Guide it to the back, but this time hip it so your right toes are pointing to the space behind you to the right. Extend the left arm above the head, so kind of like a side plank with the right knee on the mat, left foot lifted. And then lower the left foot on the mat. Reach your left fingers to the front of the mat. And then press into the sole of the left foot, into the palm of the right hand. Pull your right knee to the chest and then extend the right leg forward. Lower your hips on the mat. Flex your toes. You can sit on top of the support, of course. On your inhalation, arms above the head, find length. And then as you exhale, maybe there's not a lot of movement. You're just going to drop the hands in front of you. That's okay. You can pull the glutes from under you to the back. Maybe you can guide your belly a bit closer to the mat. Maybe you can make your way on your belly, completely resting the forehead on top of your hands. Just hold. Breathe, following Ujjayi. On your next inhalation, start lifting your belly, your chest. And then lower the left hand next to the left hip. Fingers are pointing to the space behind you. And then flip your feet so the inside of the right foot is on the mat, outside of the left foot is on the mat. Press into the left hand, lift your hips. Right fingers are reaching up. So you are facing the back of the mat. As you exhale, release. And then right hand next to the right hip, outside of the right foot on the mat, inside of the left foot. And then press into the right hand. Drop the sole of the left foot back on the mat. Keep lifting. And then press into the right hand. As you bend your knee, drop it under your right hip. And then from here, lower the left hand as you point your right toes to the back. Lift your left leg. And then drop the left knee next to the right knee. Tuck your toes under. And then hover the knees, bear stance. Look at the mat. Press into your hands even more. Shoulder blades apart. As you exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, lift your right foot from the mat. And then bend your left knee just to a hover. So the left knee is just above the mat. Square your hips. Keep lifting the right heel. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left knee. And then right leg to the right. Flex your right foot. Drop the right sole, the sole of the right foot on the mat. And then big step with your hands to the front of the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, belly towards the left side. Chest to the mat. Arms straight, reaching forward. Fingers are reaching forward. And just breathe. One more inhalation, maybe Ujjayi. One more exhalation. As you inhale, lift your chest. Step your hands back so they land under the shoulders. And then from here, lift your right foot. And then swing it to the back of the mat, simultaneously opening the chest to the right, pointing your toes to the left, extending the right arm above the head. And then lower the right foot on the mat, reaching with your right fingers to the front of the mat, elongating the right side of the body. Press into the left hand, the sole of the right foot. Pull your left knee to the chest, strong oblique. Extend the left leg in front of you, and then lower your hips back on the mat. Once again, we are going to repeat the same stretch. If you need blocks under the glutes, bolsters. Inhale, extend the arms above the head. Press your heels away from you. As you exhale, maybe belly comes a bit closer to the mat. Find your position, relax. And then on your next inhalation, lift. The right hand next to the right hip, fingers are pointing to the right. And then lift your hips. Press into the right hand, extend the left arm up. As you exhale, release. And then to the other side, left hand next to the hip, outside of the left foot on the mat, inside of the right foot. And then the sole of the right foot comes to the mat as you lift your hips. Right fingers are reaching up. Press into the left hand, and then bend your left knee. Drop the left knee under the left hip. It doesn't have to look nice and pretty, that's okay. And then lower the right hand on the mat. As you square your hips, lift your right foot, and then bend your right knee next to the left knee. Tuck your toes under, lift the knees into a hover. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, drop the knees, extend the top of the feet on the mat, and then sit back on your heels. Slide the hands on top of your thighs and close your eyes. Reconnect to your Ujjayi. We are going to come back to the same pranayama that we started the practice with, but this time we are going to make it longer. So we are going to inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 8. And Ujjayi may be a great tool to elongate the breaths, as I mentioned. So maybe try to constrict the throat as you inhale and exhale to make the breaths even longer. If you were using Ujjayi till now, then release and just take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more. In, guiding the air to the belly, diaphragm, ribs, and then out through the mouth and hold at the bottom. We are starting. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, in, hold, out, in, hold, exhale, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold at the bottom, once again coming back to the space of retention. Keep holding. And then inhale. And out through the mouth. And come back to your breath, the natural breath or the ujjayi. Once again, open your eyes whenever you feel ready. And cross your ankles in front of you. Make sure that you have some space behind you. Place the hands under the knees and make your way on your back. And just pull both of the knees to the chest. Maybe rock gently side to side. Extend the arms so they are creating letter T with your upper body, and then lower your knees to the left. Maybe you want to extend the top leg so the toes are reaching to the fingers. Right shoulder blade stays on the mat. A long inhalation, a long exhalation. And then bend your right knee. Lift your knees as you pull them to the chest. Lower them to the right. Once again, stay here or extend your left leg so the toes are reaching to the fingers. And then bend your left knee if you have extended it. Roll on your back once again, pulling the knees to the chest. Give yourself a big hug. And then as you exhale, start extending the legs, Shavasana. Of course, if there are any last shapes, you're welcome to add them. Just sink into the mat. Let go. Relax. If you want to stay in your Shavasana longer, that's always welcome. If you want to start adding movement, then maybe wiggle your toes and fingers. Start slowly, make this transition mindful. And especially if you feel urge to move and leave this practice fast, then slow it down even more. You can stretch on the mat. You can pull the knees to the chest. And then maybe roll on the side. And slowly make your way into a seat. Take a moment here to ground yourself. Once again, you may place the palms of the hands together in front of the chest and thank yourself for this practice. And thank you so much. Namaste.